Hi, I'm Rachel from Featured Spaces Decorico, based outside of DC, so DC metro area, woman-owned interior design firm. And my biggest goal is to help folks see themselves in their space. And I always tell them that we're trying to feature you in your space. I'll tell you that anything aesthetically pleasing has always been a part of my day-to-day. That's just who I grew up being. I actually went to a fine art school. I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. And I went to a fine art school and I was a costume mistress for 4 of my years while there. So I really wanted to do things that were related to being creative, but in color. And so after that, I wanted to go to New York, like all young little country girls do, and go and pursue fashion merchandising. And my father was like, he's a numbers guy. He was like, absolutely not. You're going to go somewhere where you have a full ride and you're going to study, finance and accounting. And that's what I did. And that's what I did. So I stayed in Georgia. I did that. I had a fashion merchandising minor. And then I grew up, and then it was kind of the end of the recession, and it was like, get a real job. And so that's what I did. But I always had interior design and designing in the back of my mind. So I was working for a staffing firm, and I called this young lady my forever boss, because she and I actually still communicate. And I told her, like, I have to leave work. I'm going to go do this pro bono interior design work for a client that was having a baby. And it was a nursery, and it was so exciting. Funny story about that. I lived in Virginia at the time in the DC metro area, and I would drive 40 minutes after work to come to this client and do this work because I was trying to build a portfolio. And I kept telling myself I would never move to Maryland. Here I am, almost 10 years later, living 5 minutes away from her. And it's so crazy. But all of that to say, I've always loved just making things pretty. I know that sounds so vain and so basic, but I really do believe that if you make up your space, and whether it's your fashion or, your home fashion, it really does dictate your energy. I will say my superpower is relationships. I tell folks all the time when I start my consultation with them that I am a relationship manager by trade. So after school, I went on and I was in the corporate world. And I remember having cold calls, and one of my colleagues was sitting across from me, and he said, well, did you get the person's social security number? Because I just innately have an ability to create a relationship over the phone or now over virtual, and I tell folks all the time, that's my superpower. I will do everything to make you feel like you when you walk into your space, or for you to be able to walk into a space and say, wow, this is us, isn't it? And I think that is so important. I started realizing I'm missing the relationship piece, I have so much fun talking to them. And I can even go back to some of my emails when I was sending to my clients, I really don't like this part because now it's over. Now I don't get to talk to you as much, because we were working together for so long. And then it's well, here's your inventory list. Have fun. And it's please call me if you need me. Love living rooms. I really do. I think that's the heart of the home. A lot of people say the kitchen is the heart of the home, and I guess it depends on who you ask. But I love living rooms. I love lounge spaces. And so if they connect to the kitchen, then of course I'm game. But I love being able to bring that family, that hug, that feeling to, a space where it's where they gather and they entertain and they cry and they laugh and they talk about serious topics or not. I love living spaces, and I somehow end up always doing them. Maybe my clients just know, but sometimes we'll say hey, well, we're going to do this bedroom. And then maybe during walkthrough or just conversations, we switch the priority to the living room. I got on the project because one of my designer friends was like, hey, Amy's looking for people. If you want to, throw your name in the hat. I did. I created a small little get up of my last 3 projects. And I'm I'm just going to try. And I kid you not, when I got the email, I don't remember jumping for joy like that. And I have 2 kids and I love them dearly. But that was it was just such a great moment over the last couple of months. And so it was just an email. And I think it's shoot your shot, girl. So I'm going to speak quietly. My husband is the most difficult client. like most difficult. So we literally just got our permit for our home because we're getting ready to extend it out that way and up. And I did a trial run about a year ago for our bedroom. I said, I just want to refresh our bedroom. Let's just, do this. He has a very, very, very minimalistic style, like very, to a point where I'm like, I don't really know if anyone lives here. You know what I mean? It just seemed very clean, like very clean, which is okay. So anyway, so I did that. I did our bedroom and I told myself, oh my gosh, I might have to hire someone else to come in and do this because it was very tough to take the designer out of it and just consult with the wife and the husband. It was tough. It was tough. So we're extending our house. And I'm telling you right now, if you could see the boxes of tile samples that I've ordered just for our master is a problem. No, I don't like it. Oh, that's too dark. How's it going to look blown up? So I will say that's probably going to be the craziest project. So I can't wait to tell you next year. A lot of people are very shocked when I tell them I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Like I'm a small town girl. And they're like, what? And I'm like, what? I don't understand. I get it all the time. And I think it could just be my pace. It could be that. I'm not sure. But it is very interesting. I would say that's one of the most surprising things that folks are always like, what? Are you sure?